welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nilanda, and this past summer I went to Korea and Japan for about 3 weeks total. And although I've been home now for literally over 2 months, I did finally post my Korea vlog a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, it is a little BTS heavy, just letting you know, but it is up on my channel for you to watch after this one. Today's video covers the first 4 or so days in Japan, all taking place in Tokyo. Let's go. So we flew into Haneda from Gimpo, and after dropping off our luggages, we made our way to Ueno Park, quickly grabbing a matcha along the way. And while walking in the park, we went to the art museum, where there was no video allowed unfortunately, but here are some pictures. Toshogu was our first shrine of many on this trip. Then we stopped at Amayoko to browse the shops, get a snack, and even visited the shrine there.
I literally cannot eat this yet because it's literally burning hot. But don't you love it when the bonito like, woo, be dancing? Yeah.
By that time, we were able to check into our hotel and get ready for dinner. Night one in Tokyo. We're finally looking cute after sweating our asses off for every single day for a whole week. Tsukemen is one of my favorite foods, so I'm really happy that we were able to make it pretty much our first real meal in Japan. We stopped by Sensoji Temple after dinner and it looked beautiful, lit up at night. However, the shops around it were already closed for the night. We also went to a bar for hookah and drinks, but I don't really have any footage of it. But that is how we ended night one in Tokyo. The next day we headed to the Harajuku and Shibuya areas, starting off with a little breakfast at Hoshino Cafe, then making our way to Yoyogi Park. Don't know why I have no footage of us walking in the park itself, but I do have a camera roll full of attempts to take pretty pictures. Here are some that I guess made the cut. Then we stopped at Meiji Jingu Shrine before making our way to Takeshita Street. We mostly just browsed, but I did get two things. I got a cool cardigan from AC/DC Rag, as well as a thrifted secondhand Vivienne Westwood dress from Closet Child. I did film a haul for all the clothing items I got while I was in Japan. It is on my TikTok, same username, Nilanda_XO. It looks kind of like this. But yeah, so I recommend you watching that because I just don't have the clothes now to show you guys because they're already upstairs in my closet. Then we had gyukatsu for lunch, and I thought that shit was really freaking good before we headed to Shibuya for the night. You already know we had to do it. You know exactly where we're at. I freaking loved Tower Records so much. Honestly, one of the highlights I think I have for my trip is just kind of the music environment. I think a lot of the chains in the US have kind of really become stores that sell, I don't know, pop figures and plushies and just merch and just other things that are not music, which again, granted, I'm sure they have to do to stay afloat, and I'm happy we even have brick and mortars that sell music at this point, to be honest. But I loved being in a place like Tower Records that is just multiple floors that are just completely dedicated to music, artists, etc. Fully equipped with listening stations as well. We did stop by the Don Quixote in Shibuya too, but that shit was packed and crazy. Me and Tina both ended up buying stuff at Don Quixote separately. Tina went late at night and I went early in the morning, and it was just empty, and it's so nice to be able just to browse and not be hit with so much chaos and traffic. But I digress. All right, you already know, guys. Through the busiest crossing. Shibuya crossing. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, I didn't lose Tina, so I guess we're good. Yay. To end our Shibuya night, we had dinner at Ube Sushi, and it was fast, cheap, and pretty good. They didn't have a huge menu, but that shit was great for value.
Oh, and they have the fried chicken too. Oh my god, I want to get soft shell crab.
My dinner ended up costing about $22.
Yummy.
The next day, we stopped at Koenji, Nakano Broadway, Ikebukuro, and Shinjuku.
The egg is like really light.
Yeah, look at that. Want to tell the world where we are today?
We are in, where are we? Kengoshi?
Koenji.
Oh, Koenji. We're in Koenji, which Nilanda tells me is our hipstery spot. So there's lots of good cafes, and we're at right now is called Juno's. And there are also thrift stores that we're going to be peeping into. And then we're going to make our way to
Nakano Broadway.
Nakano Broadway. But yeah, lots more shopping today.
I'm excited to go to Parco. We went to Parco in Shibuya, which had the Pokemon Center, had Nintendo store. Great. But I wanted to go to Parco so I could go to the Evangelion store, and that's in Ikebukuro. And then there's also a Pokemon Center there too. But then there's also Pikachu's Sweet Treats or whatever, which is a little stand that has like Pikachu themed stuff. So maybe, save some room for another latte or something. Or like a Pikachu waffle or something like that. But yeah, we will be there a little later today, and then we're gonna hit up Shinjuku later this afternoon / this evening. Coming at you from under my umbrella. Honestly, we need to make this a thing.
What?
The umbrellas in the sun in the US.
I know, in the US.
Like,
it's good. It's nice.
I know. It's just shade. You don't look for shade. You brought it with you. Okay, you brought the shade with you. Whether it's gonna rain or it's gonna be sunny, just take the umbrella.
Yeah.
Take the umbrella. There's not been a single day where I have regretted taking the umbrella with me. There have definitely been days where it's like, should have taken it. Should have taken it. So
And
just
honestly, I feel like if you're someone obviously who's trying to get tan, you can do that. But again, if you get too hot and sweaty, the umbrella is helpful because it can be breezy, but you have plenty of shade.
I was gone over by a biker, a child on a bike. When you catch me walking down Providence pedestrian bridge with an umbrella in the bright sunlight, they hate
jealous.
Yeah, they hate to see me coming. No, literally, everyone on the pedestrian bridge hates to see me coming on a sunny day now. I wanted to do a little bit of shopping and thrifting in Koenji. I did get 2 things. Again, please reference that TikTok video just because I don't have things here to show you guys.
There's so much here.
I wanted to check out Nakano Broadway for some anime stuff, although I didn't end up getting anything. It was kind of tough because, it's hard to know what like the best deals when you haven't seen all the places yet, and I didn't really have the time to like go back and forth, I think those might be some of my quote unquote regrets on this trip where I'm like, should I have just bought things, as opposed to like, do I really want to spend $300 on a figure, Things might be cheaper, but like they're still in my price range, Like we saw a lot of shops that have like secondhand designer bags and stuff, but like, yeah, just because the Dior bag I want is like $5,000-$6,000, even at like $3,000, that shit is still out of my price range. I did try to be conscious with my budget and how much I was spending, but not necessarily like frugal. I do think I had a decent balance, but I am looking forward to going back and buying some more stuff at a later date. We went to the Parco in Ikebukuro, mainly because I wanted to go to the Evangelion store there. Sam, I just left the Evangelion store, and let me tell you, I feel like I was scammed, okay? I'm so sad because they didn't have very much things that I liked, and I knew, I should have known. It's always the damn kids. It's always the stupid kids. I'm like, Misato's my girly pop, but there's not very much things related to her because it was all about, the 5 pilots. And I think they're kind of annoying. So, very annoying for me. But I did get a singular item, and it was literally a pen. A freaking pen. But it's fine, it's something, and I didn't get to stamp the stamp because my receipt's not big enough and I don't have paper. And then we quickly stopped at Sunshine City. Sunshine City was so packed. Like, there was a con going on, so there was a lot of cosplayers, and the building itself is just a freaking maze. There's also like this bleach event cafe thing, I think that was happening there too, but I couldn't even like find it, and it just took up like so much of our time too. It was chaotic and very overwhelming and overstimulating, to be honest, when we were there. Then that night I spent by myself in Shinjuku because Tina, she kind of called it a night. She was very understandably pooped from the day. I mainly just walked around. There was a lot of like shopping centers and stuff, so I got myself some ramen for dinner, and then I took myself to a vinyl bar. This is Ippudo instead of Ichiran, not instead of, but a different chain other than Ichiran. So I'm gonna try it. I don't think I've ever had this one before.
Oh, the black is super flavorful.
And although I didn't go to many, going to these like vinyl listening high fidelity bars was one of the highlights for me on the trip too. I wish I had the time and energy to go to more, but I really didn't. In addition to just like the music and listening aspect of going to these bars, I think going to some of these bars was just a nice opportunity to kind of take it slow for a bit, just, sip on my drink and kind of take in the atmosphere, whether or not it was like looking out the window into a busy street or like, kind of talking to the bartender or just, seeing the way other people were interacting. It was definitely an experience that I'm glad I did. The next day was our last day in Tokyo for now. We went to Ginza, Tokyo Station, as well as Akihabara. It's going to be a hot one today. It's been a hot one every day, but today's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, no cloud coverage, but at least it's windy.
Yeah, hopefully the wind's just not hot and gross, but
It's kind of loud because you don't get the sunlight.
Oh, there's one behind us. Yeah, we got to like sleep in today.
Yes.
Like actually, sleep in more than we have.
Yes, which is nice. We'll check out, we're going to Ginza, so we'll check out a stationery store. We'll probably pop into Muji, the flagship store, and
Uniqlo, their flagship store.
Uniqlo's flagship store,
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna try to do Tokyo Station.
Oh yeah,
to visit there because it's a big place, so we could literally easily get lost in there. Maybe do lunch there. I want like the food areas, and maybe to see the Pokemon Center before we take a little break, and then hopefully later tonight we'll head up to Akihabara and maybe buy some anime thingies, go to Gachapon.
That's our day, and we're probably gonna update you till tomorrow.
Yeah, we're just gonna tell you what we do. We won't show you anything, but we'll tell you. So you have to believe us, right? First, I wanted some fluffy pancakes, so of course we stopped at Hanan Cafe. Yummy. I'm curious to know what the texture is of this one versus, Which granted, I think this is more of a boutique versus Flippy's. Flippers. Pancake. Yeah. I wonder.
What'd you get?
Chocolate chip pancakes with fresh bananas. Oh yeah. Yummy. I like that the chocolate chips aren't burnt. Yeah. I took this out too many.
Oh yeah.
For me, I'm also not a fan of too much chocolate chips on pancakes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely super fluffy on the inside, but not like not the same texture as Flippers. But very good. It definitely feels more like a pancake, like a real pancake. But big fan. I don't have much footage of this, but we did also go to Itoya for like art supplies and stationery stuff, as well as the Uniqlo and Muji flagship stores. I also stopped at Vivienne Westwood and checked the pricing of a Cartier watch for my sister, and it was more expensive in Japan than it would have been to buy in the US. Same with a lot of the Vivienne Westwood stuff, to be honest. Then we went to Tokyo Station for lunch, and we went to Character Street there. I believe that's where Tina probably got all of her Pokemon stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I opted to browse only. There were no Pokemon plushies that stood out to me where I was like, I need to buy this one, But there was a lot of fun and cute ones, but just none that had to come home with me. So fun and fluffy. We got some bigger boys who are fun and fluffy. So freaking cute. Oh, look at all the options. Alolan Vulpix is my fave. This one's bigger, but I have a little one at home, so I guess I'm okay. So cute though. So cute. Then I think me and Tina must have split for a bit, because I know I went to Lafayette by myself before going to Akihabara, where I was trying to hunt down some good anime figures. I was really looking for a Misato Katsuragi from Neon Genesis Evangelion figure. Obviously, had to make my way to a stop looking for Misato. So far, I've found this one, and I'm not the biggest fan of Q Poskets, but I might have to because that's literally the only thing I'm seeing. But look, more Evangelion stuff. But who's not here? Frickin' Misato. So I've been looking for a Misato figure. I've run into many Evangelion boxes and have only seen that Q-Pass kit, which I'm probably gonna get, honestly. I finally fucking find one, but look what it looks like. Come on, this is what it has to look like. Let's be so for real. I also just bought this figure. It's 1800 here, but I think I got it for 12. So hopefully it looks just as good. Then me and Tina met up again for dinner and then played some gacha games to end our last night in Tokyo of this first Tokyo leg. Little yakiniku today. Oh, thank you. Look at us drinking tonight. Careful not to spill. Good thing you got your bib on. I will say.
Not very protective.
It's one layer extra, okay? So many gachapons. Which one do I want? Hopefully I want something. I'm afraid I won't want anything, to be honest. And those were our first few days in Japan and in Tokyo. We were definitely freaking exhausted between all the stuff in Korea and then right into these like really busy days in Tokyo as well. So we were definitely in need for some relaxation, which we got to do in Hakone, which is our next stop and will be where we start our next vlog. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you ever want to hang out with me live, I stream about 2 to 3 times a week at twitch.tv/Nilanda_XO. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye!